Hi everyone, it's Little Blue and you're listening to my podcast, aka Little Blue, at the very end of New Year's Day 2020, and it's been lovely. It has been such a lovely, lovely day. Basically, please don't judge me, we haven't got dressed today. We have been in pyjamas all day long. We have had a shower and a bath. Baby Blue had a bath and I had a shower. We've washed our hair because after the party last night with the fire pit, we stank of smoke and bonfire. So yeah, we're smelling fresh. We don't stink from last night. But basically after our bath and shower, we then put clean pyjamas on. So we smelt wonderful and felt good because we had nice clean clothes, but still comfy clean clothes. And we've just watched movies. We've eaten the last of the Christmas food. Actually, still got some mince pies. Oh, that's a good point. Yeah, eaten the last of the Christmas food. We've just chilled and laughed and snuggled and been under blankets. And it's been a really wonderful day, not having to rush around and chase after other people or meet appointments and maybe necessarily see people I don't necessarily want to see. Which sounds awful, but you all know what I mean. And sometimes it is nice just to shut the world out a little bit and give yourself a recharge and just a day where you can be relaxed and not feel like you're having to step up to any conventions or any expectations because you're at home and you can just be you and chilled. And it's just wonderful, and I feel like I'm winning where it comes to my PTSD, because it's been a good week since I've had any real big symptoms for it. So I've not had any panics, I've not had any anxiety feelings, I've not had any flashbacks, I've not had any sleep issues. It's just been really lovely. And today, and even like the last few days, I kept saying it, look, like when you were younger and you finish the day and you're smiling, you think that was a good day. I've had so many of them over Christmas. So many of them. And today was one of those. I was sat in my bed with a cup of coffee, my favourite cup as well, in my clean pyjamas. And I just took a nice deep breath thinking, I am so genuinely happy and relaxed right now. This has been a great day. And yeah, I popped it on Instagram, actually. You might have seen the picture, but it was just perfect. And if we wanted a nap, we had a nap. If we wanted to eat chocolate, we ate chocolate. If we wanted to watch silly movies or spend all day watching YouTube, we could have done. And it was lovely. We did some crafts, we played with balloons, we read stories. We just had some quality mummy-daughter time, which again I think was much needed between us, because we were starting to get on each other's nerves after being with each other and not having like preschool or work to go to. So yeah, great, fantastic day. And one thing I will say is it's okay to take a break. And I think starting the year this way, or the decade if you will, is so motivational and inspirational. It's given me a chance to be calm and see the problems that I'm going to have to deal with over the next week, because there are some, and it's given me the motivation to do it, which is fantastic and wonderful. So I am going to face this year with a smile and a calm attitude. I am going to change our stars even more, and I really hope this time next year that we are more financially stable. I've got more of a not a stable, my work is quite sporadic at the moment, and I'd quite like that to be a little bit more predictable and secure. So I'm hoping that I can do things to enable me to be guaranteed sort of that sort of financial stability there. So I also would like to, I mean, The dream would be something where I can even consider owning a house. Could you imagine that? That would be amazing. But finding somewhere for baby Blue and I that is slightly bigger, so she can have her own bedroom, and we could maybe have a garden. I mean, the dream, isn't it? Who knows? Might win the lottery. And this was an idea I wanted to put to you because it's something I'm going to do for me tonight before I go to bed. And that is, I'm going to write myself a letter. So this is a letter for my future self, where I will not open it until New Year's, this time next year, basically. And in this letter, I'm going to write who I am right now. So people I'm hanging out with, the TV shows I like, my hobbies, what positive things make me happy, any negative things that I'm worried about. And then I'm going to put down my goals and what I hope is going to happen this year. They're going to be achievable goals as well. I might put a few massive ones like owning a house, but I know that's ridiculous, so I'm not expecting to do that. But smaller ones like being financially stable and maybe looking to get a new work ethic and a new progressing, like baby Blue starting school and all of that sort of thing. So I'm going to do that tonight, and then I'm going to put that letter with my Christmas decorations. So when I am unpacking my Christmas decorations, I find it, and then it is there ready for that time of year. I'm also need to get out my calendar to start my New Year's resolution, which is to plan better. I've already made a start. I've bought Christmas cards, wrapping paper and Christmas crafts ready for Christmas this year. I have started Christmas before January even started. So it was literally just after Christmas last year that I've started for Christmas this year. Yes, that is the earliest I have ever done it. So I'm really excited because Sainsbury's at the moment, wrapping paper and Christmas cards, 50p. I mean, come on. I've spent £4 on crafts and £1 on wrapping paper and Christmas cards, which probably would have cost me, at least £10-15 if I'd have bought them a couple of weeks ago. So yeah, really proud of that. That's all going in with Christmas decorations and the Christmas tree. So likewise, when I get the Christmas tree out next year, I'll have it all there, and I'm going to pop a little note on my calendar to say, get the Christmas decorations out now, don't wait, because all your stuff that you're going to need for December is in there. And yeah, I'm going to keep thinking of my future self. I guess I've been a little bit inspired by the vlogger Alfie Days. He has a brand now called Future Self, and he always said, he likes the phrase of, do something today that your future self will be grateful for. And I haven't really it's not that that has impacted me in any way or influenced me in any way. It's more the fact that I have been motivated by my own actions. I've come out of the woods of the PTSD, and I can see my life slowly getting better, and I've got a lot of things I am proud of. And it's just that I want to do that sort of thing. So it's just a way to explain it, basically. I want to do stuff that will help me in the future. So it's one of those things, like, you always get to this time of year especially, and you think, oh, I forgot, I always want to do that. Like, there's a garden centre near us in Chessington, just down the road from Chessington World of Adventures. And they do the best Christmas display ever. And all my friends go to it. They've always like said how amazing it is, but it's really expensive and you have to book majorly in advance. And this year I remembered about the booking in advance, so at the beginning of November I sort of thought to look into it, but it was so expensive. I was just like, I can't afford it. I want to go to Panto, that's too expensive too. So that's another thing I want to do, because there's stuff like that, and there's so much good stuff that I would love for Baby Blue to do, but you have to budget for it, and it's too late to budget for it in November. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a little Christmas pot, and I'm going to put a £5 here, there and everywhere. Like, every time I get some payment, like, let's say I've had a really good month with work and I've been paid quite a lot of money, I will put a little bit of that into the Christmas pot. So hopefully by Christmas time I've got a good amount of money to be able to buy presents for people that without having to wait to payday. So I've got the funds there, and I'm also going to have an emergency fund for myself. So if we do ever get desperate with the gas and electricity meter again, like we have done this Christmas. I mean, there was one day this year where we stayed in bed and we had all the lights off. We had to, the gas had run out, so we couldn't really turn the gas on anyway. And we literally stayed in bed under blankets, not because it was too cold, but just because we didn't want to get cold. And I charged up the laptop because basically the electricity meter was running so low. So I charged up my laptop, I charged up my phones, and I had all the lights off. I'd unplugged all the TV and everything. And we literally just sat and watched movies on the laptop because it wasn't then taking the electricity, because I was desperately waiting to be paid. And thankfully that money came through, able to top it up, and now we're in a better situation. But it got very desperate, and it got very... It makes you feel like a failure, and it just isn't a nice time of year to feel like that. So I want to have an emergency fund that I can rely on to help me if I do ever get that desperate again. So it's a pre-planning thing. You help your future self, basically. And I think it's a good practice to do. It is something you have to be in the right frame of mind to do, because if you're not in the right frame of mind, you're not motivated, and you're not really thinking forward. You have to think of the moment, because when you're in that space, focusing on every little second, every little minute, every little day, every little week, that's how you get yourself out of it. And once you're out of it, then you can start thinking, okay, this time next year, which is I'm doing, I think. Sorry if I'm rambling a bit, but this is my New Year's resolution. This is my goals, is to do stuff for the year and be prepared, I guess. Going back to my Girl Guide days, be prepared. Because you don't know what life's going to throw at you. I've had my fair share of it, so I know that it can go all tits up without any notice. And without anything you've done wrong, basically. But likewise, it can just suddenly get amazing. I mean, who knows, I might meet my Prince Charming this year. I highly doubt it, but I might meet somebody that just changes our world forever. I might be offered, like, my dream job, or I might start dancing again. Do you know, actually, that is going to be something in my letter. I want to start doing the hobbies that are important to me again. Like, looking back over this decade, the things that I have done and things that I've achieved, I've forgotten about a lot of them. Like, I did a 6-hour dance-a-thon at Wembley with all the Strictly people on the stage. So I've technically seen the Strictly people. I've been in the same room as them, but I've never met them. So, like, Jeanette and Ali Ash were there, and Claudia and Tess were there, like, geeing us on, telling us to keep going, and some of the cast that year were there, and it was an incredible moment. I did get to meet Richard Curtis though, and had a picture with him, who is one of my idols. I got asked to take photos at a promotional event for Darcy Bustle, who is promoting her new dance, sort of aerobics classes, DD Mix. So I got to meet Darcy, and that's while I was pregnant. So she rubbed my belly. So I always say Baby Blue has been blessed by a ballerina. Maybe that's why she likes ballet. Who knows? Yeah, I got to meet Brian May. I spent 3 hours at a party with Brian May and Kerry Ellis, because I had VIP tickets that my friend who worked for Born Free Foundation got for me, and I took photos for that, and my photos were used on the official Born Free page as well. I've done some incredible things and met some really inspirational people. I played the lead in an original play at the Rose Theatre in Kingston as well, which is something I never thought I'd get to do, but I did. It was all pre-parenting, but it's something I want to know I could possibly do again one day. So that is where I'm at, and that's what I want to do. I want to focus on doing things for me and for Baby Blue that is just going to make us so much happier. Not that we're not happy, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I've got to come to the end of the podcast now, but have a fantastic new year, and let me know what your goals are. Drop me an Instagram or an email, aka littleblue@gmail.com. Take care of yourselves and have a fantastic week. Bye.